Hello Aries, Aries rising, and Aries moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for January 2017, and a happy new year to all of you. I hope you are doing wonderfully. I wanted to make a quick announcement and reminder for everyone. Classes are on. That is how we do in January. And a lot of folks have been asking about tarot classes and the astrology webinars, and they are all up for enrollment right now on my website, integrativemysticism.com. There's a 3-part tarot class, and you can pay as you go, and they will be offered again later on in the year. And then I've also got my special astrology love webinar on karmic relationships, compatibility, and synastry in charts as well. So if you're interested in signing up or joining me for any of those, you can do so at my website. So, what is going on with January's astrology? Well, one of the big themes that needs to be covered right now is that we start off the year with an energy of leftovers. And when I say leftovers, I don't mean that in a bad way. But at the end of December, we had Saturn and Uranus in a very auspicious trine, very helpful angle in your sign and in your 9th house. And that energy continues well into the vast majority of January. And the theme about this energy is all about bringing order to chaos. Alright, I've already probably talked about it a couple of times in a few of the weekly horoscopes. Well, this energy is going to happen again and again. Because the way Saturn and Uranus move, remember, they are slow planets, so one's going to go here, they're going to connect, and then they're going to and then they connect, and that's kind of how it's going to happen throughout January. And we have the theme of reconciliation, reconsideration, and refreshing happening all at the same time. Now the 9th house is all about your expansion, your worldliness, your education, and your connections, whether they're connections abroad, connections in academia. And we're talking about reconciliations and reconsiderations that benefit you in these areas. This is a wonderful opportunity to reconnect with people overseas, reconnect with people if you have an online business or a digital company of some kind. If you need to reconcile or reconsider the terms of a settlement, or perhaps some kind of license or permit program to better suit you or to better suit the situation that you are in, this is the month where we start to see some serious pay dirt with those negotiations. So we're gonna have a lot of reconnecting going on there. We're also starting this month with Mercury retrograde. And it starts off in Capricorn, in your 10th house of career. And while this can bring some frustrations when it comes to the career sector, when it comes to work, especially when it comes to inconsistencies in schedules, inconsistencies in workloads, and things along those lines, we still have that energy of reconsideration to be thinking about. You could be reconsidered for a promotion, or reconsidered for a raise, even if you feel like it's already been conclusive that you were not going to get that position. Maybe you feel like you were passed over. Maybe you feel like, something was promised but it's not being delivered. The reconsideration, or again, the reconciliation, will be there during this Mercury retrograde. We are going back to the past to recover an old opportunity. After the first week of the month, Mercury retrogrades all the way back into Sagittarius. Again, that 9th house. And there is some kind of program that you can take, you can volunteer to take during this time to again ascend your position when it comes to your work life. Maybe there's a requirement that needs to be fulfilled. Maybe there is a course, or maybe a week or two of training, some kind of seminar to attend, maybe a new schedule, or maybe a couple of extra hours after work here and there that we need to volunteer for, that we can actually use to again boost our position. On the 12th, we've got Mercury finally going direct in your career sector, and it's all systems go, speeding up all processes, again, that talk about your upward mobility and your ability to make extra funds. For those of you who have been thinking about a new job or a new work opportunity, this energy is also going to be working quite favorably for you. There may be a few stumbling blocks between the 1st and the 12th, but after the 12th, a new opportunity definitely will get crystallized. Also in the beginning of the month, we do have Venus moving into Pisces, into your 12th house of privacy, your hidden zone, your secrets, and this is going to be here all month. And when we have Venus in the 12th house, it's a time to start focusing on letting people into our more private or more hidden self, more hidden side. It's a great time for those of you who have been looking for an opportunity to get closer to a crush or someone we've been dating. This is also a time where our partner or our intended starts to share more of their past or more of their deeper, darker secrets with us, thus giving an opportunity for intimacy. And that could be a big theme. You know, sometimes we don't know all of, our partner's history as much as we should. There could be some issues that haven't come forward yet that need to come forward about, well, what makes them who they are. Is it issues with their family, issues with, their childhood? All of these things are going to come to light. Somebody who may harbor secret affections for you may make those known as well during the month of January. We've also got, on the 12th, moving ahead, a full moon in Cancer, in your 4th house of home and family. And when we look at this full moon in Cancer, we're talking about an opportunity to transition for some of you who are thinking about actually doing a big move at the very beginning of the year. You may find that deals are better at this point in time for you. We are after Mercury retrograde, so it is okay to do that. And with this full moon, some of you may actually choose not to extend a lease, or some of you may actually decide it's time to commit to selling a home or selling a property, which will actually be successful. What I like about this full moon in particular is that it does square Uranus to a certain degree in your chart, which basically means whatever starts happens a lot faster than you're prepared for. But those of you who've been feeling like things have been going too slow, good news is, it's not. On the 19th of the month, we've got the Sun moving into Aquarius, out of your 10th house of career and into your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And that's bringing on the new theme of the end of January and into the beginnings of February. When the Sun is in our 11th house, it's time to focus on our social availability, our social activity. What are we going to do about making sure that we are making time with our friends? We're going to be getting a lot of invitations, and we're also going to be in a position to heal friendships that may have been, again, maybe drifting apart a little bit. We already talked about reconciliation and reconsideration as a big theme, and the Sun does bring an opportunity to heal and rebond. And later on in the month, for the final 2 angles, we do have a new moon in this area, in your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And a new opportunity to actually either, get closer with a friend, or to even have a best friend or an old friend from your childhood come back into your life is available. We also have this new moon working alongside Mars as it moves into your sign. And this could even bring a brand new clique, a brand new support system, or a brand new workforce into your space that will become a tight friendship opportunity, but also at the same time, something that furthers your career very competitively. So that is your forecast, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session with me, or you would like to sign up for one of the classes, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.